My name is Teray. I appreciate you taking time out to check out this video. And if you're looking to install vinyl plank flooring in your home, it's important that you jot down some of these tips, jot down some of this information, because it is definitely going to benefit you when you're personally going to do it as a DIY project, or you may hire someone to do this, but it helps you to be knowledgeable of what you can do or what to know when installing vinyl plank flooring in your home. Now, there are many different types of vinyl plank flooring that you can install, but the perfect one that is easy to use for DIYers is what's called a floating floor system. And essentially what a floating floor system is that the vinyl plank flooring uses a tongue and groove system, which means they interlock with each other, and that the flooring floats. It's not glued down, it's not nailed down over your pre-existing subfloor. It's very, very easy to use for DIYers who are confident enough to install flooring for themselves. So now you're looking to install your flooring. It's essential that you start with this, is having the necessary materials and tools that you need to make the project go smoothly. And that's essential for any home project that you do. Step number one is determining a layout. Which way do you want your flooring to go? Which way, what type of way do you want it to look? Some may want to run the flooring horizontally when you walk into a space, vertically. Some do a herringbone style. This is essential to determine because it contributes to something that's super important: the amount of material that you are looking to purchase. What pattern do I want? Which way do I want it to go? Am I going to need more material than the square footage that I have in this room requires based on the installation style and type that I'm looking to have? That's step number one. Step number two, in my opinion, is the most important step in installing new vinyl plank flooring in your home. It's prep, and more prep. Why is that so important? The better you prep, the better you prepare your floor surface, you prepare your work area, the smoother your installation is going to go, and the better outcome you'll have when you install your flooring, and it's going to look beautiful. Trust me. So what is important when you're starting this prep process? Do not, I will repeat it because I slipped up, but do not
I did it again. Do not.
What was I gonna say? I repeat, do not
go to your local big box store or your flooring supplier, purchase the material, and start installing it that same day. Please do not do that. Please do not do that, okay? Trust me, you need to allow the flooring to do what's called acclimate. Bring it home. Let it sit in your living room. Let it sit in an air-conditioned space in your home, not in the garage, because that'd be the same as the warehouse. In your home, let it acclimate for a couple days. That way, the material will not grow or shrink on you when you go to install it. Now, your prepping does not end there. It continues. While you allow your floor to acclimate, there are some other things in which you can do to prep for your flooring to be installed. And what may that be? Well, you may want to start by removing the baseboards in the area in which you're installing the flooring. It's going to make for an easier installation and also a better installation, because when you go to reinstall new baseboards, the baseboards will then sit on top of the flooring, leaving a clean finish. Another thing you can do is start looking at transitions, types of transitions that you want to have. And what are transitions? Well, if your flooring differs from the room or the area in which you're installing the flooring to another adjacent room or area, it's a transition. And what that is that you need to find something that covers that gap to make an aesthetic look from your old flooring to your new flooring. Another essential prep process is making sure your floor is flat. Did you think I was going to say level? Why is that the case? Well, this is a floating floor system. It's not necessarily essential. Now, if your floor is unlevel and dips significantly in these areas, it's important that you take those in consideration. So scrape down high points, scrape down any nails or staples that may be in there, glue, any of that, make it nice and smooth. So prep, just take the time, just look at your floors, look at your floors, look at your floors, just look at them. And make sure everything is nice and flat. There's nothing going on, no debris, and it's just gonna work out for you. Trust me, it will. Now our third step has to do with laying your first row of flooring. And this is very important as well, because depending on where you start your first row of flooring will make or break your project. A couple things to keep in mind when you're going to install your first row of flooring is that do not assume that the walls in your home are straight, because they aren't. So if you begin to follow the wall by installing your first row on that wall, you're going to get a crooked flooring. So don't make a
crooked wall
give you crooked flooring. What you need to do is square off your room. It won't follow the dips and curves of that wall, but rather it will run parallel and straight to the wall in which you're going to install that flooring on. So your flooring going forward is going to be perfectly straight because your first row is straight. It's also making sure that you do not install the flooring so that when you get to the other end of the room,
you're left with this just an itty bitty tiny piece of flooring.
So you have to measure the size of your plank to the size of the room, and you have to do a little bit of math. And especially when you go on to put your trim boards on, it's going to be even smaller because the trim comes out from the wall, making that sliver even
more of a sliver.
Hey guys, I appreciate you taking the time out to watch this video to be informed so that you know what to do on your next flooring project. Remember the steps. Step 1 is know your layout. Determine it. What type of flooring am I going to use? How's my layout going to look? Am I going to have it this way? Am I going to have it that way? That way you can get the right amount of materials that you need and have a good idea of how you want your floor to look when you go to install it. Step number 2 was the most important thing, which was prep. Prep your flooring, prep your home, undercut your door frames, which we didn't talk about, but that's a part of prepping for your flooring installation. It's prep. Get everything just right so that when you go to install your floor, you don't have to stop, you don't have to worry about anything. And I'm sure there's going to be times when you forget one thing, but when you have the majority of it already prepped, you're going to be a happy camper. Trust me. And step number 3, starting your first row. Remember,
a crooked wall will give you a crooked floor.
So don't always follow your floor. Create a nice parallel straight line with the wall in which you want to start with. Sometimes I even start in the middle of the floor, and there's some tips and tricks to do that. And if you want to know those, comment down below and I can discuss how to start in the middle of your room when installing vinyl plank flooring. That to me gives the best results. That's your 3rd step. So again, thanks guys. My name is Teray. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. And when I see you next, I'm gonna tell you one time.